Hello, welcome to the second day of the Advent Calendar, which is weird because I haven't recorded the first one yet. And today you are going to get listen to something that featured in 11th Hour, which was released this year and you can currently buy in the RTP sale. And it was an interview with the lovely Ian McNeice. And Ian McNeice, as many of you know, played Winston Churchill. And this was done the day after the wedding of the River Song aired. I just said that really wrong, but I hope you're having a good Christmas so far. We're only 2 days in, and I'll see you shortly.
So how did you land the role of Winston in Doctor Who?
I landed the role of Winston Doctor because I'd already played Winston Churchill at the National Theatre in a production called Never So Good, which was about Harold Macmillan. Jeremy Irons played Harold Macmillan, and I played Winston Churchill. And I think maybe some of the producers or even the casting director had seen that performance. So when they were looking for someone to play Winston Churchill, they went, he's already played it. So I knew what I was doing to a certain extent.
And so your first experience was in Victory of the Daleks. What was it like working on the set of that and working alongside one of the most iconic villains of all time?
Well, I think the most exciting thing about it was that it was a brand new Doctor. I think it was the second episode that he'd done, or maybe even the third, so it was still all pretty new to him. And so he'd got terrific energy and terrific verve, terribly nice man. So I enjoyed working tremendously with him, as I did with her as well, because she's an absolute joy to the eyes, is that lovely lady. But the most exciting thing, I suppose, was being an episode as iconic as the one with Daleks, which was the icing on the cake. And I remember being the first day of rehearsal, we had a read-through, and sitting across from me was the man who does the voice on the Daleks. There's got a little machine that he speaks into, which creates the Dalek noise, and that is terrifying. When you hear that across the room, when he's speaking into that, "You will do as I say now," it really is pretty scary stuff.
And you also made a very brief appearance in one of the last episodes of that season. When was that filmed and what was it like?
We all did at the same time, and I have to say, I think I did about three episodes, all in the same 2 weeks that I was down there. I knew what the first episode was about because I was making it, but the other two I had no idea how it was going to be slotted in. So we all did them at the same time, yeah.
And we saw you last night reprise Winston in a parallel universe in the wedding of River Song. What was it like to be asked back?
Well, I have to say, I stood on that stage in the studio for coming back. I'd been greeted very, very warmly by Matt Smith, who gave me a big hug.
Are you coming for lunch?
Oh, I will. Yeah, I'll be in there. I promise you.
See you later.
All right. I was just talking to a very famous actress there, Frances Barber, who you'll all know as...
Madame Barry.
There you go. Who just gave me a kiss on the cheek, which was rather nice, wearing her patch, as she does. So I'm going to see her later for lunch. Lovely. So there I was, sat, as I was saying, studio stage. He'd given me a big hug, and I suddenly realized that I had no idea what the episode was about, and I still don't know what it's about. Parallel universes leave me absolutely stone cold, I have to say. And all that Cleopatra business, what was that about? I still don't know until this day what it was about. Still, it was nice to be asked back, and I hope I get asked back again. I'd come and play with Doctor Who any day of the week.
If you could be another role, perhaps a role in Doctor Who, like Doctor or Companion, what would you choose and why?
I think I would choose Henry VIII, because I'd like to be at a big banquet that he used to have and have food all day long. That's what I like. Henry VIII. To have a turkey stuffed with 23 birds inside it, I think it was.
Brilliant. And finally, if you could write an episode of Doctor Who, so it can contain Winston or not, what would it be about and why?
That's a very interesting question, isn't it? What would it be about and why? Well, do you know what? I mean, I suppose I'd have to write my own. I'd have to write Winston coming back again. But what would it be? Maybe Winston the early years. but then they'd have to get someone thin to do that, so I wouldn't be in it. Anyway, nice talking to you. Bye for now.
Thank you very much.
And remember, KBO, keep buggering on.
Thank you. Pleasure talking to you.